guys, it's Mega here again. Today I wanted to talk about a topic that I've talked about to myself about 5-6 times because everything always goes wrong. I want to tell you about my last bikes. I've had a few. My very first bike was a 50cc ped called Sophie, and I love that thing to bits. And before I say anything, I'm going down the same bit of roads that I did last time, just the other way. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys. I'll be using different roads next time. I'm just trying to put as many videos out as possible. So, Sophie, 50cc ped. I absolutely loved that little thing. And I absolutely wrecked it. I drove it into the ground on many occasions. Because what I used to do was I used to go off-roading a lot. Like almost every day I went back from school, I'd take a shortcut through the woods. And some of my best memories of off-roading on that little bike. Once I took out to a BMX track, not BMX, like motocross track, and actually did some jumps. I failed horribly, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Another one of my favourite memories on that bike is actually, there was a field covered in snow one winter, and I spent like 3 hours sliding around in it, just having fun. That was brilliant. I loved that little thing. Oh, what else? I did sort of hit a lot of trees and loads of things like that. But, like, yeah, by the end of it, all the plastics needed replacing to sell it. I could have probably made just as much money selling it with no plastics and like just selling it for less, but I needed to. That bike deserved it after what it had done. My next bike was a 125. That was a Sinus Apache in orange. I wonder where I got that idea. Oh, and that's nice. Anyway. I'm waiting for a dog when I see a fly or a squirrel or something. Anyway, I'm calling you out, Spicy. You say that bike won't wheelie. It does. All you have to do is very simple, actually. When the bike is completely still, you open the throttle. Like, absolutely open the throttle and wait till it hits the maximum RPMs. Then just let go of the clutch. Just let go of it. You don't release it quickly, just absolutely let go of it. Can I overtake this car? Yes. Woohoo! Yeah, and it will wheelie. It'll get to almost balance point, which leads to about a 1 second wheelie, if that. That's if you keep it pinned as well. So yes, it does wheelie, yeah. A little bit about that bike and what I thought of it. I did like it. It was fairly nippy for a little bike, but its handling never gave me any confidence whatsoever, and it kind of ruined the bike for me a little bit. I didn't really realise it at the time. I kind of thought all bigger bikes handled like that, but then, yeah, I got this one, and oh my god, this handles better. It's brilliant. But yeah, that was my old bike. I've rode that all over the place. Oh, I nearly forgot the most important part. I called it Richard. So it's not it, it's he. I rode Richard all over the place. I rode Richard around the country. I rode him fast and hard. I love to ride Richard. The first time I got Richard, I rode him for 3 hours straight. I got completely lost. That was fun. Good times. But yes, my current bike, now, that I had to get because Richard actually got stolen, which sucks, but this bike is so much better. It just is, in every single way. It's like, the power to weight ratio is massively increased, but that's just because of the things I've done to it, which I'll talk about in a little bit later. But the thing that this bike beats over all others is handling. But just because the handling on this bike, nothing scares you. It just doesn't. earlier in the video when I was recording, it's like it was this video, but I was recording like it went wrong pretty much because I'd left the mic had fell out or something. But yeah, in that video I was going 80 miles an hour around the corner, or about 75, 80 miles an hour, and lean all the way over. Back end comes out, just starts flaying the ground. I just carry on talking, it doesn't even bother me. Just because I know this bike can do it, and it always does. It just copes with everything that I throw at it. And it's just brilliant. The things I've done to this bike is, the things I've done on this bike more likely, is I've climbed a mountain as one of them. In winter, in the rain. It's quite an achievement. If you're from Sheffield, you know the ski village. I know you're not meant to be on there, but I haven't done anything like that since. I just wanted to see if I could, and I could. So that's brilliant. What I've actually done to this bike is obviously new exhaust. You can hear it. It's bloody loud. It means I'm having to shout and wreck my voice because I've been talking for about 2 hours straight trying to make these videos work. Anyway, I've got a new exhaust, new air intake, and +3 on the rear sprocket, as well as some other secrets which I can't talk about for a little bit. But +3 on the rear sprocket. First thing you need to do when you get this bike, it will actually increase your top speed. I mean, it doesn't just read higher. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, it will actually increase your top speed by like 5 to 10 miles an hour. Because what Honda has done with this bike is they have overgeared it so much that, like, just to make the fuel efficiency a bit better. But it completely makes the bike, it makes it sluggish, it makes its top speed is really low, just because it can't get into its top power band where all the power is. And it's just clunky, and the +3 on the rear sprocket fixes it, just unbelievably. It's just smoother and just wonderful. So that's the first thing you need to do if you get this bike. But yeah, that's about my bike. This is Nutter, by the way. The next bike I want to get is a 390 Duke, just because it beats everything else in its class. And well, that's it. It just beats everything. There's nothing you can say about it. The power to weight ratio is better than the Honda 500. It's cheaper than the Honda 500. It's lighter than the Honda 500s. I was looking at the Ninja 300s, which would be good, but this is so much more powerful, and it would just be brilliant. So I'm either going to get that, or put a load of money into this bike and get it to like 225cc, which is kind of insane. Let's try and overtake this, because it's taking a piss now. Like, you can go down this road at like 50, but this guy obviously can't. God's sake. Anyway, it would live up to the name, Nutter, if I do what I think I might. I don't think I'm going to. I think I am just going to get a bigger bike, which would be brilliant, because the thing I want more than anything right now is actually a decent top speed, because I've driven to Scotland on this little thing, and I kept it pinned for like 6 hours straight. Which is not brilliant. And it was on the old seat as well, so I could barely walk. I've got a new seat now, so it's actually decent. But I could barely walk before. So not having to go full throttle the entire time, just so I can keep on traffic, would be brilliant! Plus about 130 miles an hour, going around the corner at dirt speeds, might actually scare me a little bit for once. Because right now, like I said, this bike's handling is so good that just nothing scares me anymore. It's kind of a good thing, but the thrill of going fast and riding a bike is kind of a big part of riding a bike for me. It's a big part of why I do it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Get a 390 Duke as soon as I get a full license, and that's it. It's been mega. I hope you enjoyed the video. try not to crash.